Hi there, Simon from simonwoods.com. I've got 9 champagnes to get through. You can only see 5 on the table because I'm going to do, I think 9 in one video is a bit too much. But anyway, I'm off somewhere to a wedding reception tonight, and in an act of real class, I'm going to seal the bottles up with duct tape and take them along and just sort of go like this outside when they demand an outrageous corkage fee. Anyway, it's going to be a nice party. Congratulations to Jonathan and Jane. Anyway, all non-vintage. Alan Tieno. Well, does it say Alan Tieno? No, it just says Champagne Tieno. About 25 quid. Oh, I've got something else in my glass there. No idea what that was. Oh, lots of toffee there. When I stick my nose in. Yeah, it smells. I don't know whether that's yeast that's coming through, but there's almost like this burnt brioche type of yeastiness mixed with. I don't know whether it's going to be just have quite a high dosage that's giving that sweet toffee edge, but that's one of the things I noticed first. Fruit, not much to speak of at the moment, but it's okay. Crisp. Again, as I say, not much fruit. Feels quite simple. There's toastiness. Afraid I struggle to get rather excited about this. It's okay. I just early today tasted a row of 4 New Zealand sparklers, which were considerably cheaper than this, and they knocked that into a cocked hat. Oh well. Let's see if the next one fares any better. Canard du Chêne. Wooden duck just doesn't sound the same, does it? Canard du Chêne. Well-known name. How much is this one? 25 quid, about the same as the first one. But as always with champagne, there's usually someone who's got some special offer on. Don't you hate it when we get sucked down the special offer mentality and we're always looking out for them rather than expecting to pay the full price? But why do the producers do it? Why don't they just sell it at a fair price in the first place? I'll get my pipe and slippers out and discuss that one in a moment. This one smells like it's going to have, it feels younger and fresher. Feels like it's got a bit more life, and it's certainly got fruit here. It's got a bit of apple, pear, pineapple. And again, it doesn't feel like it's going to be bone dry. It feels like there's a sort of sweetness stroke richness about it. Well, I prefer that to Monsieur Tieno. Again, it's not a complex wine, but it seems to have got more honest flavour about it. Has got this crispness, and yes, it feels like the dosage, the amount of sugar that they put in before the final corking is on the high side, but it's rounding out some of the more gawky edges, and it feels like it's had a bit of time for those two elements to combine. Fair enough wine, that. Don't mind it at all. Let's see whether Nicolas Feuillat Réserve Particulière fares any better. And again, I think this is about the same price. Yeah, roughly 25 quid, 28 quid, there or thereabouts. It's amazing, isn't it, how we, if someone suggests spending that much on Carver, you go, what? But like 25 quid for a bottle of champagne, people say, oh yeah, it's par for the course. Great marketing on behalf of the Champenoise. There's something like a Dolly Mixture confected type character coming through here. Doesn't feel like it's going to. It feels almost like older and slightly flatter than the Canard du Chêne. I don't know how you can smell flatness, but it feels like it's not going to have the zest and zip that the Canard du Chêne had. There's a slightly dry, bruised apple core edge about it. It's okay. I certainly prefer it to the Tieno, but it's a bit too correct. It is neither. I mean, this was a bit of a flashy bimbo, but it's quite a nice flashy bimbo. This one feels like it's just a bit more controlled, a bit more sedate, maybe not as exuberant. And sometimes when there's not exuberance, you get elegance instead. I don't notice that too much here. I get it feels sort of a bit of a wallflower. It's okay. 2 very famous names to finish with, in Moet and Veuve Clicquot. Moet RRP 28.99. And give it a whirl. Moet goes, because they make so much of it, there can be quite a bit of variability from batch to batch as a new vintage comes in or an old vintage disappears as they buy some wine in that is better or worse than the previous lot. Yeah, I don't want to say look out for this batch code, because they do I think they do batch codes on the back of them, but by the time you get around to watching this video, they might be onto a different one and you're not able to find that one. So anyway, see what this one's like. Moet, actually, about 10 years ago, I would say we're in the doldrums, and since then I've noticed the quality of the non-vintage going quite a bit better than it was. So certainly the first smell of this is promising. I get like a restrained chocolatey richness, something that yeah, a bit more layers than for the three that went before. Well, it smelled good, let down a bit by the flavour. There's a ever so slightly metallic, harsh, oxidised hint about it. And it doesn't feel like it's yeah, again, either rich or elegant. It feels like falling as a dip between those two not polar opposites, but those two characteristics. It's okay. It's okay. I don't like it as much as a Canard du Chêne, which I'm surprised to hear myself say. There's a bit of appley richness there, some citrus, but hey. Let's see if Veuve Clicquot can do any better. No, this says RRP $32.99. I don't know whether once upon a time Moet and Clicquot were considered to be rivals. Now they're part of the same company. But Clicquot seems to have been the one that has maintained a higher standard of quality. Certainly, I mean, Dom Perignon comes from the Moet stable. They're both under the same ownership, so there must be some sort of crossover, some cross-fertilisation. But Clicquot manages to, for me, regularly get that little step above Moet, step above in price and step above in quality. And this feels like it's got richness and freshness. I mean, I know I said that about the Moet, but this one feels like it's got a little extra dainty élan about it. Classy wine. Why it scores over the others? It's this mixture. There are layers of flavour. There's that little bit of yeastiness. There's the fruit. There's that bready complexity. Yeah, there's ever so slight touch of chocolate, maybe a bit of cocoa rather than out and out chocolate. And then there's this crispness, and it feels like a crispness that just wants to keep going and keep going. People talk about this character. It had this lovely linear flavour. Now, I don't know what that means. Linear. I think what they mean by that is there's this seam of flavour that just goes all the way through it. Linear for me means one-dimensional. It goes along a straight line. It's a bit boring. But yes, maybe a spine of not minerality. I don't get minerality in too many champagnes. But yes, there's this spine of acid, and they built this champagne around it, and it's got class, it's got finesse, and it's got I want another glassability about it, which is a term I've just invented, so I'm going to have another sip. And you know what? I might not even spit it out. So if I say see you soon, I'll say it now, then I can have a glug. See you soon.